Hey guys, let's go ahead and divide decimals using the standard algorithm for long division. That is divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. We'll get started with this first equation here, which is 48 6/10 divided by 5/10. 5/10 is my divisor and 48 6/10 is my dividend. First, we'll set the problem up with the 5/10 going outside the division symbol and 48 6/10 going inside. Because I have a decimal in both the divisor and the dividend, I need to multiply it by a power of 10 to make it a whole number. So 5/10 becomes 5, and I move that decimal the same amount in my dividend, so it becomes 486. Bring that decimal point up into my quotient, and then I begin long division. 5 cannot go into 4, but it can go into 48 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. And I subtract. The difference between 48 and 45 is 3. Bring down that next digit of 6. And now I divide again. How many times can 5 go into 36? It is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract with a difference of 1. Now I will add a 0 because my next part of the answer is less than 1. 5 can go into 10 twice. And 2 times 5 is 10. With a remainder of 0, so my answer is 97 2/10. Let's get started on the second one. I have 41 2/10 divided by 30 9/10. Notice in this problem that my divisor is bigger than my dividend, which means my answer is going to be less than 1. Again, in this case, I'm going to multiply by a power of 10, and I do the same in the dividend, moving that decimal one place. In this problem, I need to add a decimal and a 0, put that in the quotient, and I can fit 7 groups of 412 into 3090. 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 1 is 7, and 7 times 4 is 28. Again, using that algorithm, I'm going to subtract to find the difference between 3090 and 2884. I will regroup in that first part, making that 0 a 10, and by borrowing, 10 minus 4 is 6, 8 minus 8 is 0, and then I have 9 minus 7 is 2. Bring down that last digit of 0, and now I have 2060, and I can fit 5 groups of 412 into 3060. 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, and 5 times 4 is 20. And in this equation, the difference between 2060 and 2060 is 0, so I have no remainder. My answer is 75 hundredths. And the final problem, I'm going to divide 6,797 and 28 hundredths by 9 and 52 hundredths. What a mouthful. That big number is going into my division symbol, and this time I have 2 decimal places to move to make it a whole number. So I'll multiply by 100 in both the divisor and the dividend. Bring that decimal up. And now I need to determine how many times that 952 can go into 6,797. That's about 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 1 is 36. And 7 times 9, you got it, is 63. Plus 3 is 66. Finding the difference here, I'm left with 133. And I'll bring down that next digit in my long division algorithm. I have 1,332, so 952 can go into that number 1 time. Put that 1 time, that digit 1, up in the quotient and subtract to find the difference. The difference between 1,052 and 952 is 380. And I'll bring down that final digit here, which is the 8. And I need to determine about how many times can 952 go into 3,808. It is 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2, and 4 times 9 is 36, plus 2 is 38. And once again, I'm left with 0 for the remainder. Hallelujah. Hope you had fun learning how to divide decimals. Don't forget, when the decimal's on the side, you need a slide. So move that decimal and do that long division algorithm. See you next time.